All right, guys, what's up? 50 Motorsports got a hold of me Friday, and I didn't see it. The injectors were good. They must have just needed clean because well, they said they flow tested them and they were fine. So I'm guessing that they were dirty because I think they were going to clean them then flow test them. So that's going to cost me money. Unless the regulator went out, but if the regulator went out, you would have thought it ate the regulator out, would have just all four cylinders would have been full of fuel. So I'm ready to get that back. And then I finally figured out why my hood wasn't latching right. It's because we had this up there. Look at that. Got it all bent up. And as you can see right there. And will you guys be able to see it? Right. Can you guys see that right there? Right there where I got them two little marks on? It's raised up. It's buckled the hood there. And that's why this son of a bitch wasn't shutting on this side. I was wondering what the hell's been going on with it. But yeah. So we got those flow tested and everything, and they're good. So they're going to be shipping them back. So hopefully we can get this thing started. See what happens. What else? Yesterday started off horrible. I don't know if you guys have your own house or anything, but you get like a bladder tank. It's like a pressure tank. Well, that pressure tank ended up, some damn noise I keep hearing. That pressure tank ended up, I guess, freezing or whatever, broke the bladder. They have like a bladder inside of them, and they won't keep the air pressure, and it keeps clicking the pump on and off. So there's like $400 or $500 right there. So, and then last night, wife calls me, said she's on her way home from home, and I'm like, yeah, that's okay. I'll be here. She asked me if I wanted anything for dinner. I told her what I wanted. And then about a half hour, I got a call, which none of us ever want to get, from the same person that told us they're on their way home. And this is what we ended up with this. Look at this. Now, some of this got even worse from when I had to yank it. See, I don't know if that's bent or not. I don't think that's bent. I think it's the way that's supposed to be. I gotta go look. But anyway, I might have bent it. It's starting to rust here. I'm gonna have to put like a patch in it right there. But I think I can save the old girl. She's been a good car. Brand new tires on it. And it don't look like it messed them up at all. What beat the shit out of it right through here, the seam well. That's just a seam well. A lot of people beat these back to put bigger wheels on anyway. I got a fender here. That's how this car used to be. Used to have, it was red, but it used to have fenders on it that were silver like the doors, and then just paint it right over top of it. Did a pretty good job painting, to be honest with you, but shouldn't paint right over top of something. Probably make a job. Yeah, so we ended up with this. And that was because, as you can see here, the ball joint left go. The ball joint left go on it. So we're going to need this arm here. Looks like I bent that some. It should be alright. I can probably bend that back. It messed the oil pan up. Luckily it's only leaked that much. I guess I better check it. It might have leaked more than that. And then that busted. And then the axle busted. And I think everything's still good up there. Inside of it seemed good. And it's all oily. it's got a rear main seal leak, so if I have to pull the transmission, I can fix that. I should have just pulled the damn transmission when I go to fix this, because I'm definitely not going to trust that over there after all this. Yeah. Somehow the brake did not. Man, I mean, that wheel was like clear back, guys. It was. I had it like that, trying to get it off the road last night, and it, it bent that the whole way in there. When she come to a screeching halt too, it's gonna need. So you can see what it did to the oil filter. Look what it did to the oil pan. I mean, destroyed it. It's more beat up than that. I just can't really get in there. I see that's bent a little bit right there. That don't look too bad. I think that's fine. I can bend that out on the subframe there, as long as it didn't mess that bolt up, which it looks like it did. We might have to cut the tip of that bolt off. Definitely gonna have to. Yeah, it looks like we're gonna end up having to cut the tip of that bolt off. Tip of that thread. Because it's so smashed up from when the axle left go. It busted the exhaust up here. Like the exhaust is like. Oh, I about cut myself. Damn, it hurt. You can see it smashed the exhaust all up through here. Together. Smacked the oil pan right through there. Damn, I hit my nose. For everything up front, ball joint. Can't believe that fork didn't break. I was yanking on this thing last night. Sorry about this. Trying to get this out of here. I had barely any tools. The old Honda got it off the road. I yanked this car off the road. It probably burnt the clutch up in the Honda though. I mean, I could smell it. It was burning. The JB well held up on the motor. I mean, it was just frying the tires and yanking on it. And these Talents are heavy. Hondas are light, and then it got a little D15B, and I should have took the red Tiburon up, because at least they got torque. These Hondas ain't got no damn torque. You had to rev the shit out of it and really beat on it. We got lucky this right here didn't break. That axle, when it flew off of there, it just beat everything to shit clear up. I don't even know how it got out of there, guys. Well, that's because it was clear back here. But that axle beat everything up when it come through. How the hell the rim made it? It's got some dinges here and along the side, but and how the hell the tire made it, I don't know. Some luck. But as you can see, that bushing's going every which way direction now. You guys see that frickin' ball? That's your ball joint. Oh! Oh, shit. That right there's your ball joint. Shot the shit. The new kit comes with everything. You get your lower ball joint here, tie rod, whole way up into the rack and pinion. Comes with this, the new new boot. And I can go to the junkyard and should be able to get this bolt. I'm just gonna have to cut the tip off it off. Look how bad that axle rammed that thing. You guys can barely see that, but okay, you get this new ball joint for the top, which you guys can't see, but it's right here connected, and it goes to the top. New ball joint for that. This whole arm with the new ball joint and bushing on it comes in the kit. New tie rod, or new sway bar link right there. And that's for both sides. So the whole front end would be rebuilt again. These are brand new struts. I've yanked on it from the strut yesterday. I figured I probably broke it from the strut tire. And definitely put some stress on that strut tire. That's how that rusted hole got worse. Gonna have to buy an oil pan. Put the damn new filter on it. I should go ahead and do that. I got a new filter for it. Just stick it on there for now. Take this oil pan off, which I don't know how much of a pain in the ass this is going to be to get that off of there, but we're going to try. And I'm going to make sure that I'm just try to take the oil pan stuff off first. Make sure I can get everything off of here and see what it looks like before I go and pay for any of the stuff to go into here. Oh, 60, what was it, 65 bucks from Advance for a new axle. No core charge. I looked on eBay, you couldn't even do that, so. Do both sides. I really should just pull the engine up out of it. I need to get a tensioner for up there too. I should damn near just pull the engine and transmission up out of it after I pull the other axle out. And replace that rear main seal. I don't know. I'll take all this stuff out first. Take the oil pan off first. This old engine's got a lot of miles on it, and try to see if we got any slop in the bearings or any bearing material in the pan. If there's a bunch of material in it, don't know if it's really worth doing. Yeah, the oil's leaking out like crazy, and she left it run forever up there, so I don't know how much oil's left in it. It didn't knock or tick or anything like that. It sounded fine, so. What I should do is take that oil filter off of there tomorrow and put that other oil filter on there and start it up. Make sure everything's good with it there before I invest any money in it. She's getting rusted and all that, but it's been a good car, and I like to try to use this as like my learn how to make bodywork look half decent, or at least learn how to make it structurally sound again. You know. If you know me, I'm not a very particular person, so. I could probably. Yeah, look at that. Let's set it back in there. Everything looks good when it's. I got the other wheel off the ground, but it's turning the wheel. Don't look like the that might need replaced, but that's probably got movement because of this being off. How it didn't rip anything else off, like the brake lines and all that, guys, I don't know. But let's say roughly 400 bucks to get this back on the road. I ain't worried about the header, it's been up, but actually it might be, sauce might be all leaked up on it, all that oil and shit. What else was I gonna say? Really don't remember. I don't know. I just gotta start tearing it apart and look at it. Make sure I can get everything out of here, no busted bolts and all that before I start buying parts. That right there, it's all got to be just assembled. Then I'll start buying the parts. But I think I'm going to tear the oil pan out of it first. Make sure it's all good and do all that stuff. Cut that bolt right there off a little. Hopefully I can do that. I might just have to impact it off and then, or cut the bolt completely off and then go to the junkyard or something and see if I can't get one. First time I ever had it happen to me. I told her I thought that son of a bitch and ball joint was getting bad. I should have replaced it. I think the top one's going to be okay. I think. Yeah, it looks wore out too, guys. Is there any grease in there? Nah, it's wore out too. So I might just go ahead and replace this as well. When I replace this, I'm thinking about probably just get the whole new bar from the junkyard. I think there's a car over there. Hopefully it has it on there still. And I'll just get this whole piece. Like this whole arm and everything. I'll just take this and the arm so I can put it all back into this one. It's nothing wrong with it. I don't think it bent it or anything, so it's probably fine. This side's not that very rusted. There's a couple spots here and there. These strut tower caps are always an issue in these cars. But what I'm going to do is, I knocked all that out of there to there to there. I'm just going to weld a piece of metal from here, bend it, put it right to here, over here, knock it into there and over to here into the good metal. Weld it around there. That'll be fine. And I got another fender. I think I even maybe have a damn axle. I might not even have to buy an axle. I think I got 2 axles for this. And I have another transmission for this car too, in case the splines ripped it out. Ripped up the transmission inside. So I do have a lot of parts for these 420As as well as 4G63s. Like I said, guys, these have always been my favorite. Well, mine's always been the 4G63. But I've had some 420As too. I've had built 420As. I got a built 420A in my garage. The head gasket messed up on it and I never did anything with it. But these things are so reliable, these 420As. We rebuilt this one and I don't think I got the damn rings. I didn't get the rings right. And I left too much of a gap and it's got a lot of blow by. But EGR delete on it. That's just something I made up for myself. Something my pap made right there, and I used what he made and I made this EGR delete, and then my pap made these years ago for something, and I always kept most of the stuff that he had, and I just used them as spacers. I always put something that I try to find some stuff that has and put on every one of my cars. But yeah, like this right here, I'll come in here, nice piece of chunk of metal, and I'll just knock it round and around and weld it in there. Take this AC shit out, take the AC condenser out. It'll give me time to do that. This all used to work, and it's 1997, it's 20 years old, and this car has never sat. Like, it's always just ran, and it's starting to go downhill again. But yeah, so now we got to spend like like $1,000. So there goes money from because I got to fix my water. Got to try to go do that tomorrow. And that really sucks, guys. I was really hoping my water would be fine. I'm going to lose $1,000 for me is a lot of money, and that's really going to take a lot from the RD2. And that really sucks. That's a 1.8 engine built gone, and possibly I'm probably only gonna be able to get one used engine probably this year. This has really took me by surprise, and them injectors being good still, that took me by surprise. That's $160. or 150 or 140, I think, or something like that. $35 a piece. I can't remember. Yeah, the money train. Wish we had some money. But yeah, I don't know, guys. It's starting to look grim for the RD2 this year. All this right here definitely took away something from that car, and that could have been, it might be slicks, wheels, coils. And I'm going to try to get my coils. I'm going to do everything I can to get my coils. I got to have them. I'm going to have to start a GoFundMe or something.